What would make a pro golfer walk away from everything they've worked for? The trophies? The prestige? The history? One word: money. But not just any money. We're talking $100 million, $200 million, even $300 million. Up front, no cuts, no catches. In 2022, LIV Golf exploded onto the scene.
A golf tournament funded by Saudi Arabia is asking questions of how the sport is run.
Backed by the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, one of the richest entities on earth. Their goal? Not just to start a golf league, but to buy the sport's soul. And they nearly pulled it off. In just 1 year, LIV lured away major champions, Ryder Cup legends, and top 10 players. The PGA Tour tried to fight back, banning players, launching lawsuits, and begging loyalists to stand strong. But when the offers hit 9 figures, the decisions got complicated. Because this wasn't just a league offering more money, it was a hostile takeover. So who got paid the most, and what did they give up to take it? Let's break it down deal by deal and find out who cashed in, who cracked, and who walked away with everything. LIV Golf didn't build its empire from the ground up. It didn't grow organically or play nice with tradition. Instead, it came in with one strategy: outbid everyone. Backed by Saudi Arabia's $700 billion sovereign wealth fund, LIV offered contracts PGA Tour players had never seen before. $100 million plus guaranteed, just for signing. No cuts, fewer events, private jets, and complete financial freedom. Critics called it sports washing. Others called it a business revolution. Either way, LIV wasn't shy. It wasn't subtle, and it wasn't playing by golf's old rules. Its events were loud, fast-paced, and team-oriented. A total contrast to the PGA's buttoned-up, tradition-heavy style. And once the first big names jumped ship, the dominoes started falling. Whispers of $80 million deals turned into headlines. Players who once pledged loyalty quietly deleted statements, and the PGA Tour caught completely off guard. But LIV didn't want just any players. They wanted icons, stars, reputation-changing faces. And they started by targeting the biggest name they could get, a 6-time major winner with nothing left to prove and everything to lose. Phil Mickelson's jump to LIV Golf wasn't just big, it was historic. A 6-time major winner and fan favorite, Phil was a cornerstone of the PGA Tour. So when reports surfaced that he'd accepted a $200 million deal from LIV, the golf world stopped cold. Then came the quote that lit the fire. Phil admitted the Saudis were scary mother effers, referencing their human rights record, and still took the money. He called it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reshape golf, but few were convinced. Sponsors dropped him. He skipped the PGA Championship. He went from beloved legend to lightning rod. But when LIV held its first event, there he was. Black shirt, sunglasses, grin on his face, $200 million richer. Phil's move wasn't just about cash. It was symbolic. It told every other player, it's okay to jump. And after Phil took the fall, others stepped up, including a man who made no speeches, no statements, just a quiet exit and a massive payday. Dustin Johnson didn't stir up headlines. He just walked away from the PGA Tour with a $125 million deal and barely said a word. At the time, DJ was still in his prime, a 2-time major winner, Masters champion, and ranked near the top of the world. His departure sent a clear message. If he could leave, anyone could. He cited wanting more family time and less travel. But let's be honest, $125 million guaranteed? That's enough to retire in style, and then some. Unlike others, Johnson thrived in LIV. He won tournaments, led his team to a championship, and pocketed millions more in bonuses. Over $35 million in his first season alone. No drama, no press battles, just a quiet exit and a financial masterclass. But not every move was so clean. Because the next defector, he didn't just take the money, he brought a storm of controversy with him. Bryson DeChambeau had always been golf's outlier. Bulked up, number-obsessed, and obsessed with pushing boundaries. So when he took a $125 million offer from LIV Golf, it wasn't surprising. What was surprising? Just how fast he backtracked. Bryson had downplayed LIV rumors for months, claimed loyalty to the PGA. Then, overnight, he signed and delivered the usual talking points about growing the game. Fans weren't buying it. Sponsorships faded. Critics labeled him a sellout. But Bryson doubled down, launching a team, hyping LIV on YouTube, and embracing the chaos. For him, it wasn't just about golf anymore. It was branding, business, and bank accounts. And while his image took a hit, his wallet certainly didn't. Still, Bryson wasn't the only one to flip unexpectedly. The next player had been even more defiant, swearing he'd never leave, right before pocketing a 9-figure payout. Brooks Koepka once said he'd never join LIV Golf. He mocked the format, defended the PGA, laughed off the idea, then he signed for a reported $100 million. Why the change? One word: doubt. Behind the scenes, Koepka was battling injuries. His game had slipped. And in Netflix's Full Swing, he admitted he was mentally lost, unsure if he'd ever return to form. LIV gave him what the PGA couldn't: security. Sure, he faced backlash. Fans called him a hypocrite. But then he did what no one expected. He won the 2023 PGA Championship, becoming LIV's first major champion. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. Koepka wasn't a quitter. He was a survivor. A competitor who took the money, regrouped, and came back stronger. But not every move was made from fear. The next one? Pure shock. Because just weeks after the biggest win of his career, one rising star cashed out and left everyone stunned. In July 2022, Cameron Smith won the Open Championship at St. Andrews, the biggest win of his career, and then he left. Just weeks later, Smith signed with LIV Golf for a reported $100 million. The golf world was floored. He was young, ranked number 2 in the world, at the top of his game. No one expected him to walk away, especially not after a major win. But for Smith, it was simple. LIV offered life-changing money and a lighter schedule. As an Aussie, he wanted more time back home, less grind, more balance. The backlash came quick. Fans felt betrayed. Pundits said he cashed out too early, but Smith didn't care. He joined LIV, captained a team, and leaned into the new format. Legacy or not, he became the league's highest-ranked player overnight, and proved LIV could land a star in his prime. But while Smith's number was public, others weren't. Some of LIV's biggest deals happened in silence, behind NDAs and rumors, and one of them might have been the largest in golf history. Some LIV deals were made public, others kept under wraps. The biggest rumored deal of all? Jon Rahm. In late 2023, Rahm, the reigning Masters champion and world number 3, stunned the golf world by signing with LIV. He'd always defended the PGA, said money wasn't everything. Then suddenly, he was gone. The rumored price tag? $300 million. It would make him the highest-paid golfer of all time, possibly one of the highest-paid athletes, period. But he wasn't alone. Patrick Reed, known for drama and intensity, reportedly signed for around $100 million. Sergio Garcia, Ian Poulter, and Henrik Stenson were rumored to earn between $25 to $50 million each. Harold Varner III openly admitted he joined for the money, allegedly $15 to $20 million. LIV wasn't just buying talent, it was buying headlines, Ryder Cup experience, and controversy. And with most contracts sealed tight behind NDAs, the mystery only added fuel to the fire. But money wasn't the only cost, because for many of these players, the fallout was just beginning. The money was undeniable, but the fallout? Brutal. Phil Mickelson lost nearly all his sponsors. Koepka was called a hypocrite. Bryson, a sellout. Reed, just Reed. And the backlash never stopped. Ryder Cup legends like Sergio, Poulter, and Stenson were banned. Stenson was even stripped of his European captaincy. LIV players were blocked from PGA events, dropped from FedEx Cup rankings, labeled traitors by some of their own peers, and the Ryder Cup? Off limits. The ultimate price for many. Some players, like Cameron Smith, were shocked by the hate. Others, like Bryson and Reed, seemed unfazed. Koepka later admitted he missed the PGA's intensity, that if he'd been healthy, he might have stayed. The divide was clear. LIV golfers were richer than ever. But many had burned bridges that wouldn't be rebuilt. Or so they thought, because just when it seemed like the war was permanent, the unthinkable happened. For over a year, the PGA Tour blasted LIV Golf as a threat to the sport. They banned players, filed lawsuits, told stars to reject blood money, and then, in June 2023, they merged. No warning, no leaks, just one headline that blew up the internet. PGA Tour and LIV Golf agree to unify. Players like Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods, who turned down nine-figure offers to stay loyal, were blindsided. Some found out on Twitter. Fury followed. McIlroy called himself a sacrificial lamb. Woods had reportedly declined $800 million. And now LIV players were being welcomed back, richer than ever. Phil Mickelson tweeted a smiley face. Koepka gloated. LIV golfers suddenly had it all. Money, majors, redemption. The PGA, after months of moral posturing, had folded. And the players who took the risk, they may have just won it all. However, as of July 2025, sources confirmed that the PGA Tour has rejected the PIF's most recent offer to invest $1.5 billion into PGA Tour Enterprises, the tour's for-profit entity, which came with the caveat that the rival LIV Golf League would remain intact. Therefore, LIV Golf and the PGA Tour appear to be no closer to a potential merger, as the rival tours prepare to finish another season apart. Let's break it down. Phil Mickelson, $200 million. Dustin Johnson, $125 million. Bryson and Brooks, $100 to $125 million each. Cameron Smith, $100 million. Jon Rahm, a rumored $300 million. The biggest golf deal ever. Add bonuses, team equity, and prize money, and LIV spent well over $1 billion on talent. And when the dust settled, those players got everything. Money, majors. And now, thanks to the merger, access back to the PGA's world. Meanwhile, the players who stayed loyal, Rory, Tiger, Spieth, kept their integrity, but not the payout. So who won? If it's about cash, LIV players. If it's about loyalty, PGA lifers. But if it's about power, it's the Saudis. They bought their way into one of the world's most exclusive sports and proved that every man has a number. Golf didn't just change, it sold. And the price? A few $100 million each.